What's going on, everybody? It's your man Chuck Creekmur, aka Jigsaw, with DJ Thoro. We're here at OneWorld Studios, and this is the first time someone's done the podcast twice. None other than the Mayor of Coney Island, beast lyrically, Nems. What's up?
What up?
Yeah, man. We a lot has changed.
Absolutely.
A lot has changed. Look at this smile, man.
Oh yeah, that's what happens when your bank account increases, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
That's what happens when you sign a dotted line.
We broke the story a little early. We were a little early. We was conspiring on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
On how to break the story.
Right.
But it's all good. But yo, congratulations, man. So how do you feel? Well, first of all, tell people about the deal. And how you feel about the deal.
So we just signed. I just signed with Paul Rosenberg. They just started Goliath Music, Goliath Records, / Virgin. So that's the new team. Goliath, Virgin. Goliath for a while was management. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Paul started in the game with Shady, and then he started Goliath Management. Mad different artists he had on the roster.
Right.
But they never had Goliath Music, and so he just started that imprint. I'm the first artist.
The first artist to set it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been in the works for almost a year.
Okay.
Just signed the beginning of June, and the album comes out August 18th, and how I feel fucking validated, man. Years of hard work, you know what I'm saying? I feel like all this shit wasn't in vain.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad you said that, because there was a point in your life where you didn't want to rap. You quit.
Absolutely.
You gave up on it. And this is what I tell people, keep working until it works.
Absolutely.
That's how I live my life. You keep working until it works.
Absolutely.
What drove you to say, fuck this shit? I don't want to do this no more.
I was at the bottom. I was homeless. I was addicted to wild different drugs. And you know, I messed up. I had opportunities at first. My first kind of deal that I was supposed to fuck with was Def Jam with Spit Records. It was Stretch Armstrong's label.
Right.
Back in the days. It was supposed to be me and my partner George Burns. That was one act. Then they had Joe Button. That was another act, and then there's Jinx the Juvie. So us three separate acts were supposed to be on Spit Records. You know, Jinx, I don't know what happened to him. Joe Button, you know what's up with him, and you know we fucked that one up. And then later it was Shady, and you know I was talking with them. I was up there all the time, and then that didn't pan out. And then just was like, man, you know, I had my opportunities and I fucked them up. You know what I'm saying? Me, I
take accountability for that.
Absolutely, 100%. And I always look back like why it didn't happen, but now, you know, hindsight is 2020. Now it's like, yo, if I would have got signed back then, I would have died. You know what I'm saying? I would have overdosed. I would have fucked something up. You know, I would have. You know, who knows?
Right.
Possibilities are endless when you're doing the wrong thing.
Right.
But you know, it took me all these years to get right.
Right.
And I always thought like there's a bubble around me, man, that's protecting me, and good shit just happens. And I think a big part of it, my mom, she prays for me every day. She has praying friends that pray for me.
Right.
You know, so I feel like I got this bubble of protection around me, man, my whole life. And now it happened at the right time, man.
Right.
You know, and
you made a reference to 10,000 hours. You know, if you know, you know.
Big time.
Talk about the 10,000 hours, and was that all working on your craft, or was it other things too?
So 10,000. They say it takes 10,000 hours for you to become an expert in whatever field that you're putting in the hours in. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fucking baseball player, put in 10,000 hours and you'll be a good one. If you're a fucking bus driver, put in 10,000 hours, you'll be swerving through the city streets like skirt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I put in way more than 10,000 hours in just hip hop. My whole life is hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything I do is hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not married and I don't have children because I live a hip hop lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to do what I need to do to pursue this dream, and I don't need anything holding me back.
Right.
That's how I lived my life all these years. So the 10,000 hours been happening, but it's like, to answer your question, nah, it wasn't just rap.
Yeah.
It's 10,000 hours, just life in general. A lot of these artists don't know who the fuck they are. They don't know who they are as people.
Yeah.
Let alone artists.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I got to this point because at this point in life, I know who I am as a person. I'm confident in who I am as a person, and especially as an artist.
Right. Yeah. Glad you brought that point up. My favorite record from you is Garbage.
Yeah.
To this day, that's my favorite record from you. And did you make that record based on your frustration with what you just said? A lot of artists, they don't know who they are, meaning that they're following a trend of a sound, particularly New York rappers. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
New York rappers don't sound like New York.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I can't say that about you. Is that a conscious thing that I'm gonna sound like where I'm from? I'm gonna be myself. I'm not gonna sound like I'm from somewhere else.
100%. I'm true to myself.
Right.
Like when I hit the studio, I make music for me.
Yeah.
Like if I think it's dope, I'm making music that I want to bump in the car.
Right.
I think I'm selfish in that way where it's just like, this is just for me. If somebody else likes it, it's an added bonus.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't try to be New York. It's just, I'm New York.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Everything, the way I speak, the way I dress, the way I talk, the way I think, the way I act is New York, just from growing up in New York my whole life. Yeah. Garbage came about and kind of because I was sick of, your shit is garbage. The link in your bio is garbage. All that shit is garbage. But also, I was working sanitation. And I was like, I'm going to do an ill video using the garbage trucks, using the street sweepers, which I did.
And did you get in trouble for that?
And I got a 30-day suspension and almost fired from the job.
But it paid off.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's crazy.
I had to take the video down off of YouTube and everything, but after I just, I retired recently, I put that shit right back up. Fuck your life.
Right. Yo, talk about what I would say is, the Nems empire. Like, you got a lot of business ventures you're working on and a lot of work you put in to creating that perception online. You figured out the algorithm and the various touch points, like TikTok. You show up on my YouTube shorts feed crazy stories or whatever they call it. You know what I mean? But also your retail operations and things like that.
I treat this shit like a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I make myself some coffee and I sit in my fucking bed and I post on my 4 Instagram pages. I got the Nems, I got FYL brand, which is my clothing, my store in Coney Island.
Right.
I post on that. Then I post on my Outside with Gorilla Nems page, which is my podcast page. And then I post on the Don't Ever Disrespect. That's like frivolous videos. Like if I'm outside fucking with people, I'll post on that. But I treat that shit like a business where I do it. That's the first thing I do in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Before anything else, before I take calls, before I look at my texts, because I treat this shit like a business.
Right. Yeah.
So whatever goes on that page, then I'll put it on TikTok, then I'll put it on Twitter, then I'll put it on the social media. Every artist got the world at their fingertips.
Right.
For you not to use that is insane.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from an era right before the internet, right before MySpace. Like, you really had to be outside, and that shit was a fucking hassle. If it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's 110 degrees out, you know what I'm saying? You had to really go out. So you had to go to wetlands. You had to go to SOVs. You had to go to all these spots.
That's a fact.
And actually cipher and rhyme. And then besides networking, you know what I'm saying? And battle. And you don't have to do that no more.
Right.
You got the shit all right here.
Yeah.
It's not a hard thing to do. I don't understand why people as artists don't see it like that.
Right.
And it's so simple that it's like mind-boggling that other people don't do that. Like, why wouldn't you do that to invest in your own career? Fuck your life.
And you do it in a way too that's ill, because if it's you.
Yeah.
Some people you're like,
you can tell it's not authentic.
You trying real hard. You trying to. So, I seen some artists that I respected turn into comedians, but it's not like barbershop. It's yo, you just really
You're
out
trying.
Yeah, you trying.
Yeah. That goes back to the point where these artists don't know who they are as people. You know what I'm saying? That when you're not authentic, people could tell that mad easy.
Yeah.
When you're who you are, people could tell that as well. They could tell authenticity and they could tell what's not authentic. The hip hop community is one of the smartest communities in the world, especially they could call out a fraud in a second.
Yeah.
People could see it. I guess the other genres, they don't give a fuck. But hip hop, they could see right through that shit.
Right.
So if you broke Rhyme about being fucking broke.
It's a valid point. Real quick, just backtrack real quick. When you say I was working for sanitation, a lot of artists won't even admit they have a real job because everybody
Ain't
comes
nothing wrong
out
with
there.
that.
Everybody comes out there rich already. How are you rich already and you just started rhyming?
There's way more people that's not rich that can identify with that than fucking being rich.
Right.
Rich is 1% of the population.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you know, you might want to strive to get there, but also keep it real with where the fuck you at. Even throughout my whole career, I still made music like, yo, I'm struggling. When I was going through a breakup, I made a whole album, Fuck Your Love, about going through the breakup. And because me, as a person, I'm a loner. You know what I'm saying? I don't like talking about my problems. I don't talk about none of that shit. But when I get to the music, I take it out on that. You know what I'm saying? I use that shit as my therapy. And the shit that I don't say to you as my friend, I'll say in the music. Where it's more intimate than people that I know. You know what I'm saying? Than me talking to people I know, the music gets more intimate. Because it's just like, that Fuck Your Love album, it's old. But when I wrote it, I was like, yo, I'm not even going to put this out. I just need to get my feelings out. I'm going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? And the music just came out dope, and it wound up being a dope project. But, you know, you got to keep it authentic with yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So you had your heart broken?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Before 30, though. Before 30.
Absolutely. It was before 30.
Okay,
but
good.
I tell, like, for instance, the little homie, Little D. You know what I'm saying? He's from right outside Coney Island. You know what I'm saying? He been coming to my block to buy merch, him and his pops, for years, since he was a little kid. I'm like the first person that put him on Instagram. Little 11-year-old kid came rapping some crazy shit. I was like, yo, this kid is crazy. But I tell him all the time, I'm like, everybody knows you can rhyme, bro. Your shit is fire. You can rap better than a lot of motherfuckers in this game. Now it's time for you to live life and go through shit so you can add that. Because why do people love DMX? Why do we love artists like that? Because they were vulnerable. There's strength in the vulnerability. If you ain't been through nothing, then you ain't got nothing to talk about. Who gives a fuck how nice you are? You can rap better. There's a million rappers talking about how nice they are and how much better they are than other rappers that nobody gives a fuck. Some of the illest rappers, nobody gives a fuck about them because it's just like, all right, bro, you saying a lot, but you ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's a connection there.
No, I be talking to rappers. I be like, yo, let's hear some songs. Let's see what you got. Like, we know you dope.
I treat the everybody knows I can rap. I treat the freestyles and like shit like that for freestyles. If you want to hear me really rap, go listen to one of my freestyles. But when it's album time,
good point. Glad you brought that up.
Fuck that lyrical shit, man. The real shit hits way more than lyrical all the time. All the time. I'd rather hear some real shit because people go through shit. You're driving around, you might be going through a breakup. You're driving around, your cousins might pass away. You know what I'm saying? You listen to some shit like that, you know, real shit beats lyrical all the time.
Right. So with that being said, this album that you have upcoming, what can we expect to hear?
Aggression.
Okay.
Pain, anger, because when I linked up with Scram.
Shout out to Scram Jones.
Scram Jones. Rise of the Silverback, fully produced by Scram Jones, August 18th, Goliath Virgin. Scram had hit me at a time when my two cousins just got killed, right? And I wasn't trying to rap. I did like one song, and then Scram, I was trying to link up with him for years, but you know, he's all over the place. He finally hit me like, yo, let's link up. Let's get some music done. I was like, I didn't want to rap, but I also didn't want to miss that opportunity. So I drove to New Rochelle, to his crib, to his studio, and recorded Drip, which is the first, you know, one of the singles that we just dropped. I changed a couple lines. Throughout the whole album, it's very angry because I was letting my anger out. You know what I'm saying? And it goes through stages. So in the beginning, they hadn't found the kid who did that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of anger, and there's even in the Drip shit. The first verse is me like basically telling yo, I'm looking for you, and when I catch you, whatever. But through the album, then they found the kid in Rhode Island hiding. You know what I'm saying? And it's different stages of pain and anger, but then just on top of Scram Jones beats is just like they bring more anger out, you know what I'm saying? It's hard body shit. So it's real New York eccentric, but New York like authentic hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of it.
What I love about it, it reminds me of a Gangstar, a DJ Premier,
Yes.
and a Guru.
Yes.
You don't really get one producer and a rapper anymore. So
Absolutely. You
kind of
gotta bring it back to the essence, man.
Keeping that going. I love that. You know, that's dope.
And I wanted to ask you this. You know, I mean, we're all. We want New York back, right? We seeing we're in the 50th year hip hop. Hip hop is crazy right now on all levels, and New York's not losing or anything, but we don't have that feeling.
Yes.
You feel like we got Scar Lips out there,
Yeah.
and you. But other than that, and I don't want to offend anybody, but when we talking about that sound,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a
You got
whole.
Griselda,
Yeah. Well,
but they're not necessarily.
Griselda's Griselda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's almost it's its own lane night. It's its own lane to me, right? You know what I mean? Like and that's no disrespect.
Right.
And not for nothing, they got a lot, you know, they've been here now.
No, they're making some shit.
Been here a minute.
They doing anything.
Listen, this is when it comes to me, you could put me on a West Coast beat, I'm still gonna make it a New York song. You know what I'm saying?
Coming to your world. That's what you're supposed to
And it's
do.
just like I'm who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is I'm not trying to restore a feeling.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring it back.
Right.
It's just who I am.
Yeah, no,
and
that's fair
and,
enough.
And I'm a student of the game.
Yeah.
Like I used to sit in the crib and just go through albums. I had every album. Every Tuesday, I would go to the record store and buy whatever album came out, whether it was a dude with one song that came out or a whole album that was fire. You know what I'm saying? And I would just study that shit. I would study the skits.
Yeah.
I would fucking make mixtapes of just skits. I would make mixtapes of my favorite songs. And that taught me a lot from all genres of hip hop, all different styles of hip hop. And it just added to my catalog. And now when I became an artist, I had a whole fucking arsenal to dig back on because that was my drug before drugs was hip hop. I used to just stay in the crib and just fucking make different cassettes and different fucking mixtapes of what I liked.
Right.
Yeah. What's your favorite album of all time?
It's hard. Capital Punishment is up there. Supreme Clientele is up there. I mean, of course, the Purple Tape, the Nas, Illmatic,
Right.
Yeah.
Ready to Die.
Right.
Real New York shit.
Yeah. Very New York.
It rubbed off on him. Yeah, there it is.
Hey,
It's
yo.
a product. Come on. How you gonna start that? You got
Nah, but absolutely though. Nah,
Right.
very New York. But I also loved albums like Doggy Style,
Right.
and the Slim Shady LP. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Like different regions, I still fucked with, but it was still. When I was coming up, New York was number one. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And I still feel to this day. I just had this conversation with Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. That no 3 album in a row could fuck with Infamous, Hell on Earth, and Murder
That's a
Music.
fact. That's an absolute
There's
fact.
no name. If you could
Hold on,
name
was it
I agree.
3 in a row.
3 in a
What
row?
other artist got 3 in a row that's
3 in a
better
row?
than Infamous, Hell on Earth, and Murder Music?
Bruh.
Name them.
Artists or groups?
Artists,
Anybody.
in hip hop.
Anybody.
Anybody in hip hop. I agree.
Anybody?
I've already had this conversation.
Yeah.
No.
What
There's,
is it?
there's
Thank you.
nobody.
Thank you.
Woo.
No, what 3 in a row?
3 in a row?
There was 36 Chambers. You can't include the solo members.
No, I'm not talking about the album.
All right, Wu-Tang Forever, that's class. The third one, the W.
The W.
Nah, it's
No,
not a classic.
You don't think
They
the
got
W-
bangers.
Right.
And I think it's a banging
I
album.
mean, that's subjective, but
Or it is a banging out, but it don't touch those Mobb Deep 3.
There's no, the only answer,
The closest is Nas,
nah.
Nas,
but it ain't touching it.
Illmatic.
And that's still Queensbridge. That shit is crazy.
I'd have to go old school with it.
Okay.
And then I don't want to mention the names because it's not the right answer, so it don't really matter.
Yeah.
It don't really matter.
Right.
It's
figure it out,
literally
bro. What's
No,
up?
but,
It's
but even
literally-
that, what you said is subjective. It's all somebody.
it's not it's really not.
It
though.
is.
It's
Those 3
really
albums you can
not.
go
I'm
through
not
without
saying-
skipping.
Come on, I'm hip-hop
I'm just
to the
saying
core, but
you would either have to be from you had to UGK
right.
and I can't debate that.
Someone
You'd have to
say
say
Outkast.
Outkast.
Right.
But what?
Then you could
The
say
Southern Playlist is not it.
well
I
don't know.
Clemenage Fire, AT
Equip-
Aliens is a
AT
fucking
Aliens.
super classic, but it's not touching Mobb Deep.
so
those two, because Southern Playlist, that one wasn't like a super classic.
Right.
It's a classic.
See, you done. You
Southern Playlist can't fuck with the infamous.
No, but hold on. I'm from
But
New
if you
York.
ask somebody down south,
they'll tell you yes.
Right.
Proximity.
You said too much. Now you done.
It's proximity because somebody from down south thinks.
Well, yeah,
Outkast
absolutely.
is the greatest group ever.
Nah,
which they are.
Thinks Wu-Tang.
One of the greatest groups.
I think it's Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang 100% is the greatest group.
It's not Outkast.
There's no debating that. I don't even know how that Billboard shit.
But that's my point.
We still talking about Billboard. Oh my God, we just got done talking about Billboard.
Fuck their life.
Yeah, basically.
Until I'm on Billboard, then we can talk about
it. Right?
So let's talk about. All right. So look, we rock with you. We want you to win.
Absolutely.
He's winning.
So
he's winning.
With this album, what do we need to do? Like, let's strategize. Cause you can't just drop an album is not.
Yeah, facts.
Right. So what's the plan?
The plan is to drop. Well, with the video shit, I want to drop creative shit that gets played more than once. Like, I don't want to. I've done the hood videos, and I've done. When I drop a video, and I'm still working towards it. It's still a process. I want to drop videos that have replay value. That when you see it, you want to send to your friends, or you want to watch it over again. That's how shit gets. Look, Joyner Lucas.
Yeah, definitely.
He got on because of his dope ass video.
Visuals,
you know what I'm saying? And you got to take bits and pieces. But what I expect with this 3-album deal that this is just the first. The Rise of the Silverback joint is just gonna get you familiar with me rapping, because I got a lot of fans now that don't even know I rap. They think I'm a fucking comedian.
We're gonna touch on that.
That's why I'm putting out so much content of me rapping to get them equipped. Like, nah, this is what I really do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That comedy shit, that was just me being a New Yorker and just being able to adapt in any situation and just making shit happen. Because no matter where you put me, I'm gonna succeed. I know in my heart, no matter where you put me, I'm going to make it happen.
Right.
If I didn't have a deal, I'm still going to make it happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this Rise of the Silverback shit is just going to get you acquainted, reacquainted, or acquainted. Like, yo, bang. You know what I'm saying? The next album I got, American Sweetheart, it's already done. Right. It's already in the stash. That's going to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And the third, we still working on it. You know what I'm saying? But
all these are produced by Scram, so?
Nah, Scram got the Rise of the Silverback. The American Sweetheart is a bunch of different producers.
All right, now just keep focus on what's coming out.
Yeah,
right? The album that's coming out.
That shit is ridiculous.
Who else is on this project, obviously, other than yourself?
All right, so we got Petey Crack. You know what I'm saying? Sounded like...
The Catamore had it?
Sounded like vintage Petey Crack. Yeah. Everybody that got on this album, I don't know if it was because when we was recording it, it's the height of Bing Bong, everything was blowing up.
Right.
But everybody brought their A game. The Ghostface joint that came out, look, I ain't hear Ghost like that in fucking ages. Since fucking possibly Bulletproof Wallets or some shit like that. Ghost sounds sharper than he ever did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I actually had the lyric. We wrote the whole lyrics out to the album today. I was reading Ghostface's verse, like just reading it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, he fucking bodied this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. And his energy on it. If you ain't familiar, it's called Don't Ever Disrespect Me with Ghostface. Go check it out. But look, so Ghostface, Petey Crack. Petey Crack sounds like vintage Petey Crack. Yeah, like he never stopped from state property. You know what I'm saying? Or from that era, it sounds like from that. The Dave East and Uncle Murder joint, they both bodied it. We're not putting that on the album because we enjoy it as a single. So that's the only one. We got Fat Joe. Mm. Fat Joe we had a song. Scram had a verse and was like, yo, I got this beat with the hook. And Fat Joe was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I'd rather do some original shit. Crack is my man. You know what I'm saying? We'll make something happen. Scram talked me into it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And we did the joint, and then it's time to put out the album, and Crack was like last minute, like literally last minute, which like yesterday or the day before, he was like, yo, I want to redo my verse. Wow. This verse is like 4 years old. Right. Let me give you another verse. Right. He rushed into the studio and bodied it. He sent me the verse where I'm like, this motherfucker, now I want to change my verse. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Boom. Bodied it. Gunplay.
Ooh, yo, people sleep on Gunplay.
Yo, Gunplay is fucking nice.
Gunplay.
Gunplay is yo. It is. It came one day. I'm in the studio with Scram, and he's like, "Yo, I just came back from Dubai. I was DJing for Ross.
Right, okay.
I was like, he said it would be dope if we could get Ross on the record. Scram said, I said, it would be dope if we could get Gunplay on the record. Right. I've been wanting to do some shit with him. He said, what? We connected. Gunplay sent me the verse. Both of us redid our verses on the shit.
Wow.
He sent this shit. I had a verse on there.
Right.
And we was like, yo, Gunplay was trying to be lyrical like me on it, but the beat, it was like, nah, we need that gunplay, like, yo, you know.
Right.
We told him that. He redid it. He sent a new verse where I was like, oh, now I got to redo my verse. You know what I'm saying? And I redid my verse. The joint is fire. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got Tish Hyman, the singer.
Right. Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
I saw her out in L.A.
Yeah, she's the dopest. Like, she got a song called All That I Can Do,
right.
Which is like, it's been one of my favorite joints since I first heard it. And we redid it. And I was like, yo, Tish, you know, I need your blessing. We redid your joint. I need you to sing on it. And she bodied it. So everybody, like Angie Martinez is on it.
What is she doing?
She might be rapping. She might not. She might not.
She might not.
But she's on the album.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. She's A1, and she's like fake from Coney Island. You know what I'm saying?
Fake from Coney Island.
Yeah, facts. Because she's from Coney Island geographically, but people in Coney Island is we look at it like it's not, but it technically is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had this conversation with her.
Now, is there any artists that you wanted to reach out to that you couldn't get to? For this project,
we were supposed to get Jim Jones, but he dubbed my shit. He said yeah, and then he just never sent it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody on there. Who I'm missing?
Sheik.
I played myself not even mentioning it because the album is Rise of the Silverback and Sheik is the Silverback.
That's a fact.
Right.
I couldn't have an album with Silverback in the title and not have Sheik on it. And Styles gave me the verse for the Bing Bong remix. And Jada, when I seen him, I said I really wanted Styles and Jada on the Bing Bong remix. The beat was sent and Jada, he was busy, he couldn't get to it. When I seen Jada after, he was like, bro, I owe you. I got you. But for this album, I was like, all right, so I got Kiss telling me he owed me. Styles already gave me some shit. I need Sheik. You know what I'm saying? Scram, make that happen. And Scram made it happen and Sheik flamed it. Flamed it. And so we got a lot of, I'm not one to really do a lot of features. You know what I'm saying? But with this Scram shit, I was like, we could use some of Scram's contacts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, utilize your resources.
Absolutely. Because when it comes to me, I'm cool with just doing an album dolo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like an album with too many features is kind of like, that defeats the purpose.
Right.
But that's how it works now, man. Because, there's a bunch of artists.
With the streaming shit.
Yeah,
but I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I feel like if you do dope shit for dope reasons, the shit should have a dope impact. And sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you have to play that game.
Yeah, but my thing is if I'm a who's Sheik Gunplay. Let's say Gunplay. If I'm a Gunplay fan, most Gunplay fans are not from here. They're from Florida or something like that. It's gonna show up in their feed. New song.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden you have new fans.
Absolutely.
So that's how I can't tell you how many dope artists I discovered that way.
Yeah. And
it was not through their own. They just collaborated.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's also why, just like I said, I have a bubble protecting me. I feel like there's also something that just keeps pushing me to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just, all of that shit just happened at the perfect time in this album, because we started recording this album. We was working on this album for 2-3 years through the whole pandemic.
Right.
And it just started shaping itself. We didn't know we was getting a deal, but it just so happened. Look, when I get the deal, when I'm getting more eyes on me, all these dope ass artists are already on the project, and it just happened like that, organically, which is super dope.
Right.
So I'm going to speak the obvious, right? Busta put it out there a little bit.
Yeah.
You got Paul Rosenberg. And obviously he's synonymous with Eminem. You think possibly, and people forget where the cloth M is cut from. It's really cut from that, that Thurston Howell III, that Outsiders. You know what I mean? Cloth. You think maybe in the future?
M verse?
An M verse.
I'm hoping for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a given, right? People are expecting that.
Nah, but I'm not on Shady. I'm on Goliath. That's a whole nother imprint. Because the Paul shit.
Because of the Paul. Aren't people kind of expecting that?
If people are expecting that, you know, like, I feel like when you come into shit, in any aspect of life, when you have expectations lead to disappointment. Right. You know what I'm saying? You build yourself up, and then with me, expectations lead to me getting angry, because if I expect you to do something and you don't, I feel like you played me, and if you don't do it, then now it's fuck you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if M gave me a verse, that would be next level shit. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I don't even know if he knows who I am. I would assume he
knows who you are.
I would assume he did, but if he don't, you know, M's one of the biggest artists in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he definitely knows.
He definitely knows.
That would be a dream come true. But you know, I try not, at this point of me being in the game this long, it's just like, I'm going to just keep going with my head down. And if it happens, it happens. If not, so be it. If it's supposed to happen, it's gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be in the room with any artist, man. People clamor to go take pictures. It's just like, I'm over that phase in my career. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'd rather say what up and have a genuine interaction with you than take a picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's not for everybody. And the phone shit has gotten so big now, and I'm not one of those people like phone ruins everything, but sometimes it's cool to enjoy real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So sometimes I take moments where I might be filming a concert. We did Dreamville, and I was taping mad shit, and I'm like, I'm never gonna look at these videos again. I'm not gonna post them. What am I taking these videos for?
Right.
Let me put my phone away and enjoy this fucking moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm more on that. The more I get into this game, it's just like, and that clout, you know, you could tell there's artists I've been around that I see them doing some shit where I'm like, oh man, you a sucker. Like, you really just all about this clout shit and want people to think you that, but you really not. Now, I'd rather be that, and it'll come across.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What about touring? Are we gonna get any shows associated with this project?
Absolutely.
When is the Nems tour?
So right now we got an Australian tour booked right after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Couple, I think 10, 15 days maybe in Australia, all over Australia. That's set up, and then we gonna, once the album drops, we touring, you know, we're gonna start with the East and then move westward, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna definitely start doing a lot more shows, 100%. Get some tours going.
And Scram running around,
everything,
right?
yes, absolutely.
Dope.
Absolutely. Scram's my DJ.
Right, dope.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
as it should be.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Scram is one of the illest DJs in the world.
I told him everything he knows, by the way.
Fact.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
Yo, Fat Joe, on the song you did with
Static. Yeah.
Fat Joe says, he says, you know, is there a new big pun or something like that? Who's the new big pun?
Fat Joe.
The new Fat Joe.
Yeah. It's all good.
I'm all confused because, you know, puns.
Absolutely. And I was wearing the pun shirt in the video.
Oh yeah.
Threw you off.
Right.
Yeah.
So that takes away my question, really, because I'm trying to compare you to Pun. No disrespect to Joe
at all.
Of course. What? Let me ask you this. Better yet, there's not a whole Latino, Puerto Rican representation.
Absolutely.
It's not at an all-time high right now. Let's just say that. In fact, I know that, like, for example, Mexican hip hop is a whole nother thing. Yeah, absolutely. It's its own thing.
Yes.
What does that factor in at all? Like,
nah. I rep for my peoples. You know what I'm saying? I love to do so, and the people say it in my comments. Yo, you repping for us, da da da. But I feel like Nori says, man, like, yo, hip hop is its own nationality, especially in New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Other places you go, there's a lot of segregation. People, but in New York, like you live next to an Asian person, and your best friend is a Muslim person.
Right. Yeah. Melting pot.
And yo, it's just like we're all one in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But when you visit other places, you see it. You're like, oh, okay, it's not like New York over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But I never really factored that in. I'm rep for who I am. I never deny what I am. I'm Puerto Rican Irish. I represent it, or but when it comes to the music is the music. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
So that. So you didn't Pun and them was not. You wasn't like, oh, I can do that.
No, Pun, the whole Terror Squad shit. That I even felt like, yo, they look like me. They represent. Besides even the Puerto Rican, they fat. Yeah, like me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Biggie should have did that.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. He did.
Right.
But yeah, I was big on Terror Squad and that when they was out. And Pun is still my favorite MC to this day.
Yeah, I get it. I can see why.
I was
every bar hit. Yeah, they didn't take. I'm fans of artists that don't take no bars off. Right. Big Pun, Big L.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You my favorite because that's my favorite.
Big L never took a bar off in his life,
bro. Big L. Right. I'm so
everything made sense. Yeah, you can. His shit now is still better than 98% of the game.
Bro, he did say that earlier.
I was just talking about that.
Yeah, he did say that.
His freestyles are.
It sounds like it was made. It's a timeless flow.
Yes.
You could quote a Big L line right now. It sounds like it was done today.
Yeah.
It's
you was never shit. Your mother should have swallowed you.
Right.
You know I'm saying? Wow,
my game is vicious and cruel. Fucking chicks is a rule. If my girl think I'm loyal, then that bitch is a fool.
Facts. That shit is crazy.
The only plaque. Well, no, I got 2 plaques. One from Big L and one from T.I.
Really? For what?
The Big L album that dropped after he passed.
Big Picture.
Big Picture.
That one and
I like that album better than the Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous.
Yeah,
because that was like an old school type of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't really that. I bought the album and I wasn't really that big of a fan. I don't know why.
Right.
But the Big Picture I fucked with.
Heavy. Big L was man, he was incredible. Yeah. Incredible.
Big Pun or Biggie Smalls?
Pun.
All right. You just said.
No, but I want to feel the same way. Yes, I do.
My man.
Yes, I do. And we was talking about it, and I look, I was at a homecoming of a black school, HBCU, and we were debating hip hop. And
Howard?
No, it was Delaware State University. Okay. And it was a Biggie Pun conversation, and I was like, I'm going with Pun.
It's all preference, though. You know, when you ask people,
I feel like Capital Punishment is better than Ready to Die, better than Tupac's first album, better than Big L's first album.
Right.
Capital Punishment is
it's a 5 mic.
Yeah, 100%.
No, it's definitely a classic.
Yeah,
it's definitely a classic.
Definitely.
Saying it like hesitant.
No. What I'm saying, what I mean by that is it's a classic, but no.
But ain't no but. See, anytime
listen. No, Pun to me, Pun is more lyrical. To me, Pun is more lyrical than Big.
Yeah. Big just had the charisma.
Big had the charisma.
Big was big.
Pun is more lyrical. He is.
He had the Diddy.
But I don't think he makes better records. He didn't make better records. He didn't make better records than Big.
Pun was doing it by himself.
But
Big had Puffy.
He had Puffy because Machine Gun Funk was what he wanted to have as his first single. Now we like Machine Gun Funk,
right?
But the girls ain't gonna like that.
Yeah, Big wasn't concerned with what he wanted to just rap.
Yeah, but look, Puff is what made him Juicy.
No, you're right. He didn't have the direction that. Pun didn't have the direction that Big had.
Juicy not kills, but is way better, is way more memorable than Still Not a Player. Right. And that's a banger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can play that all over the world, but Juicy is just might be one of the top 5 classic hip hop songs.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. Especially on the debut.
Word for word.
I mean, even though that wasn't his first song, it was Party and Bullshit. But
yeah.
You know what I mean? But still, I get it.
Absolutely.
I get
it. That's true. So talk about your store in Coney Island. First, wait, let me. Nah. Talk about I respect you in front of your store in Coney Island.
So my store, 1612 Mermaid Avenue.
Plug it.
Anytime you're in Coney Island or in New York City, if you're not from New York, come visit the store. Open 7 days a week. We opened up in January. So when I'm off and I have some free time, I'm at my store. That's where I hang out. It's Coney Island. I'm the mayor of Coney Island. We there. If I'm not doing shit like this or I'm not out of state, I'm by my store. So that's where all the bing bong shit happened. That's where the don't ever disrespect me. Coney Island just got a myriad of people that just pass by that is just crazy looking. So we just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not done maliciously. You know what I'm saying? It's never done maliciously. It's more like I'm fucking with you. And most of the time people clap back and so to let some people out of New York don't understand that. They think it's like bullying or so just to show the lighter side of it, it was just like, all right, let me the worst of the worst, like the people that need it, because there's mad people I joke with that they got bread, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And mad people after I post that video like, where's my $20?
Right.
So one day I'm just in front of my store. I got a pocket full of 20s, you know what I'm saying? And I see one of the people I messed with. Because it builds a camaraderie as well. After I catch them on Do Not Disrespect Me, when they pass next time, I'm like, yo, Penguin, yo. And they laugh and whatever. So people that I see needed the money when they would pass, I'm like, yo, come here. Here's 20. I want to let you know that I respect you. Like, I joked with you, but here's a dub. If you want to eat with it, fine. What you do with it afterwards is not my concern. Right. I just want to let you know that it's all love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So here. And I posted it, you know, if the same way I post me joking on you, I'm gonna post the same shit me showing you love. You know what I'm saying?
So the origins of Don't Ever Disrespect Me, that came from just
from
one
promoting my album.
So one day you just jumped up.
Yeah, the album Congo was came out 2021. That's the album that had Bing Bong on and this shit.
Right.
It was a week left it was gonna come out in 1 week.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'm not on no label. I don't got a budget. I got to figure out a way that people remember and know that this is coming out.
Right.
So I just picked up my phone. I'm on the block. I'm like, yo, don't disrespect my album coming out in 7 days, looking like whatever.
Right.
I did that to a few people. The next day, yo, don't disrespect my album coming out in 6 days, 5 days, 4 days. By like the 4th or 3rd day left, they was like, bro, we kind of don't want your album to come out, man, because we don't want these videos to stop.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, I got something here.
Right.
And then after the album came out, I just kept doing it. Right. And it just took a life of its own. Where we did it to Post Malone. We do it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they asked for me to do it to them.
Right. Now, is any of that in your mind? Let me let them know what I'm about to do, because some people may take offense. Like you said, you just do it. I just do it. Have it happen.
Yeah. There's only one person that ever like came back and tried to do it. It was a little alternative lifestyle person, I would say.
Right.
And they just put their head in my phone and I was like, bro, I'll smack the shit out you. Stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they just like hit me with one of those in living color, like hated it, like one of those. It was hilarious. Yo. But yeah, the most part, people know it's a joke. And at the end of the day, I'm 6'4", 300 pounds.
Right.
Like, what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? But I make sure I don't get to that level. But if you try to approach on some shit, I'm gonna let you know it could be at that level. But it don't never get there. Very rarely. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Now I saw one time, dude, and you battled. He was going back. I mean,
that was at the PR festival.
Yeah, you won clearly, but he put up a good fight.
Yeah, we was going probably like 3-4 rounds before. I'd never seen this kid from a hole in the wall. He just came up to me.
Oh, he came up to you.
And yeah, people do that now, but see, some people get it fucked up. Because if you do it to me, try to play me, I get vicious. So if you got an ugly girl, I'm going to say some shit where I'm not taping, so I can be extra, you know what I'm saying? And say what I really want to say. And I kill people like that, and it really hurts feelings. But that kid just came up on some funny shit, and we was going back, yo, don't disrespect me. Look, he said it to me, and I went back, and I said, hold up, let me tape this. You know what I'm saying? And then we went another like 5 rounds. That shit was amazing. And, usually I don't post shit like that, but I was like, like Mayweather says, people want to see you lose. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That's why people buy into it. So I was like, I'm sure there's mad people that want to see people clapping back at me. So let's post this shit.
Could that be a thing? Like you saw competitions, don't ever disrespect me competitions.
Like your mama MTV shit.
Right.
We can do that all over the country.
Anybody approach you about a TV show?
A couple people. We just haven't cemented it yet. You know what I'm saying? We're in talks with a couple people, and
Okay.
Yeah.
But that could be a possibility in the future. Absolutely.
That needs to happen. That's definitely a TV show.
What's funny is you really have emerged as a personality, which is crazy. And we always knew you were that, but I'm going to this. I get invited to this Master Ace thing, and they tell me about Master Ace got to play. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come out and support Master Ace doing his thing, and then it's a reading, so it's not really the full blown play.
Right.
And then I look, and then Nems is up there playing one of the lead characters, and I'm like, yo, when did he find time for this? Like, and how did this happen?
It was crazy. Ace came up to me when the first reading on Zoom was probably when we did Complex Cons. So I was in LA for the first. That was probably last November.
Okay.
And he was like, "Yo, I'm doing a play."
That's when I saw you in LA when I did the show with Ray.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
You with the show. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So yeah, it was he asked me to be. I was like, it's on Zoom. I got the script. I know let's try it out. Who knows where's this gonna go?
Yeah.
So later, a couple months later, he came and said, "Yo, we want you to try out for it." So I had to come like around here in the city and do an actual audition. And I did it. They called me like, "Yo, you got the part."
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that you're gonna be committed because we're gonna do 2 weeks. It's every single day for 2 weeks. Rehearsals.
Right.
I said yes, but in my mind I was like, I don't know about this. Every day, 2 weeks, 9 a.m., 8-hour days. I'm like, so then the day came when I had to start. First day, I got the ticket. I was like, I'm not coming back tomorrow, man. Fuck this. Next day, I was like, fuck it. I'm not coming back. And then the more I got into it, the more I liked it. And then the more I was like, all right, I'm at the point now where if I quit Master Ace and this whole cast is going to be fucked.
Right.
But then I started really getting into it, and everybody there were real actors. Like I've done like little parts in movies, but I was like kind of playing me. You know what I'm saying? Never really somebody else. And I started seeing these actors. There was guys from North Carolina, South Carolina that would have to put on New York accents. And they were really getting into the characters. And I'm like, I started learning a lot. One of the castmates was the lady who sang the Reading Rainbow song.
Wow.
She was in the original The Wiz. And it was like incredible people that I'm learning from. And I was like, by the time you guys seen it, we were already practicing for 2 weeks. And I loved it. You know what I'm saying? And now we're at the stage where they're about to get investors and then open up in London, hopefully, and then Broadway. And it might just be a whole new, shit just happen. Now I'm a fucking, what do they call it? A fucking thespian. Yeah. Thespian. Facts.
He even did a couple dance steps.
Yeah, facts. I told him, so I said, yo, I know it's a musical, but I'm not dancing, bro. They was like, yo, just kind of
walking around, right?
Yeah, it was like, yo, just two-step. You just two-step. That's what you gotta do. So it was super dope. Shout out to Master Ace and the whole cast. I can't wait to, get back into it and get the shit going.
Right. Dope.
It was a dope, totally new experience that I never saw myself doing, and I'm honored that they thought about me to be into the cast.
Yeah, they had the battle rapper Duchess.
Yeah, she was dope. She was dope.
She's in there too.
She was doing her thing as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
You come from battle rap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely come from battle rap. Are you having any more plans to jump in that ring again?
Never.
And why not?
Never say never. I mean, if they offer me a fucking ridiculous bag, then absolutely. I still could go in there and chop heads off, pause, you know what I'm saying? But it's not where I want to go.
It's way different now.
When I was doing it, the Fight Club was right up the block from here, where we at today. When I was doing it, it was like my rounds versus yours. We didn't know who we were battling. You would just be there, and they would call 2 names to the pool table, and I would always win because my shit was always better than these motherfuckers. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nowadays, it's like, it's a lot of gimmicks. It's a lot of studying people. So when I came back once for King of the Dot and I battled Head Ice, he was the champion at that time. And that's the only reason, because when they asked me to come back and they gave me the bag, I was like, all right, cool. Who you want me to battle? It was like Head Ice. I was like, nah, I don't really want to battle him. I like Ice. I fuck with Ice. It's my guy. I don't want to have to poke holes in his character. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that made me say yes is that he was the champ of the league at that time. And I was like, I want to come back and show motherfuckers that I could come back whenever I want, take on the champion of your league, and if not win, at least hold my own, you know what I'm saying? And let people know it's still real, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said yes. And when I battled, I said mad crazy shit, because it was like, when I was doing the Fight Club, I was the most disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Where I would talk about your moms, your kids, your this, that. So when I battled Head Ice, I tried to be in that same vein. But I'm not that person no more. You know what I'm saying? I respect people as a man. Or there's things now I wouldn't say to somebody in the street like, "Yo, fuck your kid, man. I'll put my dick on your daughter's head." You know what I'm saying? Which I said to Head Ice actually in the battle. And after it's done, when it was done, I was like, I didn't like the level that this brought me down to. You know what I'm saying? I never watched the battle again. I watched it once and I was like, made me sick to my stomach, man. That's not who I am. I'm not that person no more. If you're the same person you was 10 years ago, you're doing something wrong. Life is about evolving as a person, as a human, just being more mature as a man. And yeah, I didn't like who it made me become. And you know, so I really don't have no interest in battling anymore. And it's a whole different game now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. And you know, like, you know, that's funny because, you know, you've been doing this for so long now. Maintaining the edge is kind of what keeps you relevant, like in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Not just you, but hip hop in general.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we always love DMX. He never lost his edge. I mean, at the same time, we love Nas right now,
Absolutely.
but it's different. It hits different.
100%.
Yeah. Do you feel like you'll be able to maintain that, or do you think that, yo, I'm just going to evolve and do how it comes out?
I feel like the evolving definitely as a man, and I feel like the people that listened to me before have grown as well.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But then there's also, because my demographic is, no rapper could touch my demographic, bro. From that TikTok shit and the Bing Bong shit, bro, my demographic is fucking all races.
Yeah.
From fucking 3 years old to fucking 73.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm in the streets, I get stopped by every race, every fucking age group, no matter what. I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
So for the old fans, they're growing with me.
Yeah.
For the new fans, it's like, you don't have to do gimmicks or keep an edge when you're authentic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, love me or hate me, it's still me.
Yeah.
Fuck your life. Luckily, some people like me. You know what I'm saying? More people like me than don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just works out for me. But that's how I stayed even relevant through everything. It's just staying authentic.
Right. I wanted to ask you, Busta Rhymes. Why wasn't Busta on a project? Because I see he supported the hell out of you. He came to your store.
Yeah.
And most people we want, and we all guilty of it, we want hookups from our friends when we go to the store. But he made it a point. He don't want no hookup. He want to spend money and support your store. How did you feel about that when he did?
I mean, I thought that was amazing. Busta he's on the Bing Bong remix.
Okay.
It's Fat Joe Styles and Busta. And how it started, I was in Nebula one night, and I felt a tap on my shoulder, and it was Busta. He was like, "Yo, I heard your shit on High 97 today. Is there a remix?" I was like, "Yeah, Fat Joe and Styles on it, and we're handing it in tomorrow." He was like, "Yo, give me 24 hours. I got you." And then man of his word gave me the verse in 24 hours, and it was fire.
It was fire. Of course, it's Busta.
Yeah. So Benny Boom hit me and was like, "Yo, Busta and Spliff Star want to do a video in front of your store." I was like, "I bet. Just tell me the day, the time, whatever." They came, shut the block down. The song is fire. It's not out yet. So Busta came into the store, and I told Busta, this is to his credit, I was like, "Yo, Bus, whatever you want, let me know. Show me." He said, "What? You crazy?" He said, "Nah." He said, "I don't go into Louis or Grouchy
that's why I brought
and
this
ask
up.
for discounts. I don't go into Balenciaga or these other brands and they don't give me free shit. So why would I come to people in the culture and expect free shit?" I said, nah, bro. You are a reason I am who I am today because you paved the way. Take whatever." He said, "You're bugging." He said, "Give me everything in my size and these and these and these, and I'm paying full price." I said, "Yo, Steph is the manager of my store. Do what the man says," you know what I'm saying? And
the argument ended there.
Yeah. Like I tried numerous times to give him all the shit for free, and he would not accept it. And
that's dope, man.
Listen, I have friends that won't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants a discount. But I got a sign in my store, real friends pay extra. My man Pops right here is probably my best customer, bro. He buys everything. You know what I'm saying? He comes. Yeah, man. It's like real friends want you to succeed. Same with me. If I have a friend or that's an entrepreneur that's doing a business, I don't give a fuck if I like it, I'm gonna use it or not. I'm gonna go spend money with them.
Right.
But if I do like they shit, I'm gonna extra spend money. If I want something and they got it, I will go to them before any, you know. And sadly, it's not always like that with everyone. But Busta just is an official human. You know what I'm saying? Busta, besides a incredible MC and a legend, he's just a incredible human. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he made my fucking year, month, whatever, bro. That shit was super official, man.
Right. Dope. Salute to Busta.
Have your dreams come true?
They're becoming true.
Yeah.
Every day I'm striving to pursue it more, but at this point my dreams are coming to fruition, man. I'm signed. Like you know what? My dream was
your first major deal.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And it's a dream come true in the sense of, you know, I was doing it beforehand.
Yeah.
But the signing more is like to everybody else.
The validation.
The validation, because for years I would have uncles and aunts at Christmas or Thanksgiving. Yo, why you not on the radio? Yo, when you gonna make it? You have a deal? Nah, I'm doing it independent. They don't understand that shit. Yeah. They don't understand the how that goes in the game. Nah, it's just now it's like, yo, Nems is signed. You know what I'm saying? And above everything else, it's like, I did it. It took a little longer, but I fucking did it. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to commend you. Congratulations, man. Once again. You kept working until it worked.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Damn.
That's the name of our next album.
We got... Is that the end? Did you just end the interview?
That'll be fire. How long was it?
Hey, man, we good. We right at hour.
Look at that. I got so much. Look at that. Look at that.
There it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
That was dope.
There it is. Yo, man,
Salute the Nems, man.
Definitely.